Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing it? Oop. Okay, there goes the music. That's that, that's that. Posted that. Phone's going off. Why is the phone going off? Oh, yeah. Google's letting me know I'm live right now. Hey, I'm live. Oh, dang it. I moved the desk. New year, new me. I moved the desk and I'm gonna have to oh God, this is gonna be annoying. Okay, so I haven't moved anything in this room in, do I have audio? Yeah, we have audio. Like a couple months, like where this desk has been, where the camera position is, where my monitors are, nothing has moved in a while. And I went and moved everything last night and I thought I put it all back roughly where it was, but now that I'm on camera, it's not. And this is gonna bug me. Okay, this is gonna bug me. How y'all doing today? Happy New Year! It is welcome to the first stream of this year. This year being I don't know. You tell me. It's the skill testing question for the stream. So you go there. You go there. No, don't show the mess. Don't show the mess. Hide the mess. Hide the mess. Hide the mess. Hide the mess. They can't see the mess. They can't comment on the mess if they don't see it. This room is a mess right now because I'm like reorganizing. I've got to figure out how to fit a bunch of stuff in here that's coming soon, along with all the existing projects. So, yeah, that's what everything's kind of everywhere. Yeah. This is how much support waste I've generated in the past week, if you're wondering. Okay, Happy New Year. So how's everyone doing today? Everyone enjoy the holidays? This is the first stream of the year. We're gonna gradually ease into it, and by that I mean I've got a few different small things to work on, and then we're gonna talk about what's gonna be coming up in the next little while. We're gonna resume some stuff. We're gonna start some new things. It should be a good time. It should be a good time. Am I going to talk about the rebrand? If you know, you know. I've already done the rebrand. Simple as that. So, do I have room on the other side of the printers? No. But, look, ready? Oh, what's this? What do you see? What do you see? Other than where I put my toilet paper from Costco. Look, it's insulated. That was yesterday's project. That was yesterday's project. I got the garage door insulated. So it went from 11 degrees Celsius out here in the garage after leaving the heater on all day and the temperature dropping. So normally at night it would get colder. It went up to 14. So for $200, I went up 3 degrees. I'll take it. I'll take it. Tinfoil hat. Well, no, it's not tinfoil. It's Reflectex. It's this shit. Which I guess I could make. So every time we get into the realm of certain topics, I'm going to make myself a Doug Dimmadome conspiracy hat with all the leftovers. So I'm not going to use this because I might need it still. I haven't finished. I still got like a third of the door to finish insulating. But I'm going to make myself a Doug Dimmadome conspiracy hat for when we need it for certain topics. So I'm going to save that. Just imagine what insulating the ceiling would do. I kind of did. I had like a bale left, like 7 or 8 bats of insulation from when I did the walls that I was just storing on the other side of the wall there. So I threw that up in the attic. It obviously ain't doing much because I just kind of, you know, just threw it around where I can access through the hole in the ceiling. So I've got like some insulation covering some of the area above me, which I don't think it does anything when you do it that way, but I threw some up there. So at least I have some insulation in the attic now. As for what's on the other side, if you notice, I've got like this shelf here, and then there's a tarp, which prevents a draft coming if somebody opens the garage door. That's the point of this tarp is, you know, when somebody opens the garage door, we don't get like a gust of wind coming in. So I gotta actually tarp this up to the ceiling. The plan was to build a wall, like get some plywood and build a wall, but that involves me getting plywood home, which I don't have a car that I can fit plywood in. So it's just a tarp for now. But on the other side of this tarp is my lawnmower, because this is my actual garage. I still need it to do garage things for now. So yeah. Yeah, the Tico searching for Wi-Fi. I love that it does the pulsing. So that's now a background thing. I'm starting to put stuff up on the background to get it more presentable. To be honest, I got the garage like 80% to where I was happy with it. I started streaming out here, and then I stopped working on the garage. So like, you can't see it on camera, but I still need to finish painting the trim. You can see that's wood, that's not painted. There's still a bunch of little things I have to do out here to finish it that I never got to, because I'm like, I got it to the point where it's like I could start streaming out here, and then I started streaming out here and didn't finish it. So we got that. Car lives outside. Both cars live outside. Yes. We have a 1 car. Oh, okay. Technically, you can only fit 1 car in this garage. It's a 1.5 car garage, so obviously you can't fit 2. But our driveway is barely a 2-car driveway. So the problem we run into is if 1 car is parked in the driveway, it's really hard to get a car around into the garage, because we also have the sidewalk on our driveway. Like, our side of the street has a sidewalk, and you can't block the sidewalk. You're not allowed to park your car and block the sidewalk. So we lose like 1/3 of our driveway because of that. So you would have to park the 1 car like all the way to the side, all the way back, and then you have to like drive the other car up, around, and in. And you can do it. I've done it. It's just super annoying. And then it's just not worth it. So we just both park outside. Also, I wouldn't be able to do any of this in the garage. I would have to like, I wouldn't be able to do this at all, because the car would take up the whole garage. So, I missed one. Oh shoot, I'm sorry. For Brico, Shammy, how you doing? Happy New Year. My office is worth it and doing inventory, but cheers. Thanks for what you do. Yeah, inventory, I'm so glad, as a YouTuber who is self-employed, I don't have to deal with sales. It's when tax time comes, it's like, I made this much off YouTube, I made this much off Patreon, I made this much off merch, that I don't have to deal with inventory because it's an online merch store, and like any other like company sponsorship or whatever. So basically, I just tell the government I made X money, and they go, cool, give us a bunch of it. And I go, okay, here you go. And then that's it. I don't have to deal with sales. It's great. The garage is better used as a hobby room storage. Yeah. Like, I wish I could park my car in here, but I mean, it is what it is. So what are we doing today? I've got a couple ideas for stuff to do. But first, we're gonna talk about what's coming up. Stuff. I have content. I know December was kind of like we were doing random stuff all month. That was because we were winding down the year, and I kind of wanted to let some stuff build up so we could start the year with a bunch of stuff. So several things. Tomorrow, I figure on a Saturday night, where it would be a fun time to do it. I've got all the parts printed for a slab, which is a lever action dart gun. So for those that know, we built a couple Nerf guns so far, or Nerf blasters. We've got ourselves the Cynthia, which is a bolt action. So we built that one. We got the Talon Claw T4. So now we're gonna be building a slab, which is a lever action one. So I've got all the parts printed here. Hopefully I have everything printed. I think I have everything printed. And for fun, it's all in PETG, except for these parts that are in black ABS, because I already had black ABS loaded. So I just used that. So for fun, this is all PETG, because I forgot that I had a whole box of PETG that I haven't been using. So it's all PETG. So we got some clear, we got some silver, and we got some, well, orange. Lauren gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers, appreciate it. So we got that. So that's gonna be tomorrow night. So tomorrow night, we are doing a slab, Silly Butts Lever Action Blaster, I think is what it stands for. Also, Gloop. Gloop has graciously sent over a bunch of Gloop. So thank you, Andrew. So I've got like 4 bottles of this stuff. This is the ABS SA variant. Oh, ABS and ASA variant, sorry. So we could start putting together the helmet of the T45 power armor, because I've been waiting on this gloop to show up to put the helmet together. You know, I have majority of the rest of it put together. I was waiting on this for the helmet and a few other things. Also, Apollo was nice enough. I have some nano adhesive and some rollers. So this we can put on Toasty Boy and get back to Printn and give Ultim a second try. So probably not this week, but one of the Saturday or Saturday nights or Tuesdays or Saturday streams this month, we're gonna give Ultim another shot on Toasty Boy, because I've got some nanopolymer adhesive here. So that's gonna be Toasty Boy. What else? What else? What else? Oh, VZBot. I finally went and got all the enclosure, all the parts that we need for the enclosure are all printed now finally. Some point this, probably Tuesday we'll get the VZBot out and we'll get that thing enclosed. I will not be putting the side curtain air in, and I'm not putting exhaust in it either. I print a lot of ABS and ASA, though side curtain air, I'm not a huge fan of. I'm not a huge fan of side curtain air. One, I don't like, I know the machine can go fast. It's a VZBot. It's an all-wheel drive VZBot. It'll chooch. But I don't print things that need side curtain air a lot. So we're not going to put side curtain air or an exhaust in, because I like sealing up my machines fully to try and keep as much heat in them as possible, especially considering this is a garage. And the normal temps out here during the winter are like 10 degrees Celsius if I keep the heater on low. So we're just going to panel it up as is. I've got some Velcro. We can finally make it look good. And we'll get that going. And that will be probably Tuesday what we'll do. So that'll be Tuesday. We got the blaster. I also have, shoot, I can't remember what printer kit. I've got something coming in. I can't remember what. Oh, we got to fix the Trident. I broke a wire in the Trident, so we're going to fix that probably today. And also, good timing, Troy J. We're going to do the community challenges again. I know we kind of let it slide for a bit. Okay. So we're going to get the community challenges going again. I know we took like 2 months off. To be honest, the reason I stopped doing the community challenges is we were doing them so often. No joke, like I was losing money on everyone. Because I would have 2 to 3 winners that I'd have to buy merch for and whatnot out of pocket. And those streams based on like activity were actually not performing that good. I actually pretty much lost money on every one of those community streams. So we're going to resume them, but they won't be every month. It'll be like when something good comes up. So this month we are going to do one. I might actually set it up on stream today, but it's going to be nice and simple. What was your favorite print of last year? So it'll be a single print, or a project that you did involving 3D printing. So that will be this month's community challenge. I just got to get it set up. When am I building the positron? I will be building the positron with Steve. So we're going to be doing alternate streams. It'll be one on my stream, one on his stream, back and forth, like we did with Daniel Modbot for building the VZBot that he built. That will be later this month, hopefully. We're waiting on some revised parts at the moment. So we're waiting on some revised parts from LDO before we can start that build. What else? Any tips for support interfaces on ASA? I'm using HIPS on a little test cube with overhang and it's binding to it removes from the tower. Are you printing with interface layers? Because the problem is if you're printing with HIPS, HIPS is dissolvable filament. If you're printing ASA or ABS, you use HIPS because you could dissolve it. So your slicer may not be putting a gap. It might be, depending on your settings, it might be like, hey, you're going to dissolve this and put 0 for interface layer. That may be why it's not breaking off. Simple as that. Because like I use Orca Slicer and I use whatever the default organic support slicer settings are baked into Orca Slicer, and like they come off like butter. Like they just come right off. So yeah. Also, I found out something really cool. If you're gonna print ASA, ABS, make sure it's ASA or ABS and not PLA. Because if you print PLA at 270, one, you get really good layer adhesion. You get really good layer adhesion. But two, it's just a little droopy. Although actually the front surface actually looks really good, but the overhangs, this isn't that hard of an overhang, and it did not look good. But even then, organic supports just come, oh, okay, maybe these ones are, yeah, these ones are welded on. Yeah, those ones are welded on. But most of them just came off pretty good. So this is what happens when you're running like continuous ABS, ASA on rollover mode. I accidentally threw a spool of PLA in there, not realizing that it wasn't ABS. Because like, this is like the past 3 days of how many spools I finished. So this is the culprit. This is the culprit. So I'm like, oh, this is ABS. No, it's PLA. So I got to make sure this doesn't accidentally get put back in the printer. But these are more spools I finished off. Side current error may have taken care of that. Well, it was on the bamboo, which has side current error, but it's printing at ABS temp, so it's not enabled. Hello, anything new on the X1 Plus? Teaching Tech released a video about it today. Yeah. What the heck? That's not me. How did you get an LTT video? How'd you get an LTT video? Which LTT video is that? Is that a new LTT video? Is it like, how the heck did that happen? What was that? Short circuit? No, not short circuit. What is that? I don't even know. I know it's Dan. It just, how did that show up? Yeah. Yeah, it might be buggy because I did do a rebrand. So some of you have already caught it, but I'm surprising a lot of people have it. So I guess I'll just make it more official. 1 second here. So 1 second here. Nope, not manage that. Manage that. Customize channel. There we go. Branding. Basic info. Proceed, verify it's me. By the way, nothing is more annoying than having to change everything. Yes, it's me. And having to do CAPTCHAs. I had to do so many CAPTCHAs this morning, changing everything over. So if you're wondering, there's Nero 3D. Ready? Boop. Okay, did an update. View channel. Why are you still saying? Anyways, it's Nero 3D, the Canuck creator. So yeah, so there's the rebrand. If you want to know what the rebrand is, it's Canuck creator. I've already switched over the actual like branding on everything. So on like Twitter and whatnot, it's all switched over. I've already got the website locked down. I've already got the email addresses locked down. I've got all that set up. So for now, it's still gonna be Nero 3D. For those that are wondering branding, I'm still gonna use Nero 3D as the name. I'm still gonna use the logo for now. But as things progress, it will gradually shift over from just Nero 3D. It'll be Nero 3D, the Canuck creator. And then eventually I'll start to drop the Nero 3D parts. What's the meaning of Canuck? It's just a short form for Canadian. It's just a slang term as for Canadian. So I figure roll that into the branding a bit so y'all stop confusing me for an American. And I think the name kind of, because the problem is, and this is really what got me, Smurf. At Smurf, there were people in suits and ties that were like, hey, what's your channel called? And I'm like, Nero 3D. And they're like, what the hell does that mean? And I'm like, oh, it's my StarCraft account from 1998. and I just been sticking with that name since forever. So I'm like, I'm gonna rebrand to something a little bit more open that kind of allows me to do more on the channel, because now it's Canuck Creator. I just make things, which if you haven't realized, that's kind of been the tagline for this channel from like day one, is I make things that make things. So there we go. There, now it finally updated. So for now, it'll just be this. Eventually I'll switch the logo over. Eventually I'll drop the Nero 3D. But the way YouTube is, you can't just go bah and change it. Ask Breaks and Makes, or 3D Print Noob, or 3D Maker Noob. I can't remember which one exactly it was. You can't just do a bah and change it with YouTube, because then YouTube does not like it. So you kind of have to gradually change over, which if you haven't noticed, I've done that over the past year. We've done some FPV stuff. I'm doing more cosplay and prop stuff, more electronic stuff with the head of Mames. So I've been gradually trying to expand from just doing 3D printing stuff on this channel, because let's be honest, that's a finite well. You can only keep going to that well so many times. There's a reason most content creators have stopped even doing 3D print reviews. Like most content creators don't do 3D printer reviews unless it's like a major printer, like the new Bamboos or whatever, because those are kind of guaranteed views. But then you got to play the algorithm chase game, whoever lucks out. So I want to be able to do more, which is originally why I dropped the P, because originally it was Nero 3D P, right? And then I dropped the P, so it's just Nero 3D. But even then, Nero 3D doesn't really tell you anything. So I figure gradually shift it over to just Canuck Creator should work. As for like branding and all that, I don't have any logos made up yet. I'm working on it. Talked to a few people actually. But for now, this is basically gonna be the big change, is just, stuff's gonna look like this. So it'll just be Nero 3D, the Canuck Creator. Actually, why haven't you updated? Update. There we go. So yeah, I had a doctor's appointment this morning, also dropped my pee. Funny. So when are we redoing the cube text? Well, that's the thing. Like all that stuff's got to change over. Like I still got to update the Patreon and all that stuff. And like there's a bunch of stuff I got to do. Like I spent all night yesterday looking around to make sure Canuck Creator wasn't already an online personality. Because right now, if you search Canuck Creator, what comes up is who created Captain Canuck, which is a Marvel character, I believe. Which Canuck is a slang term for Canadian, so that's already like, that's public. You can't trademark Canuck because that's like a slang term. That'd be like trademarking Yank, right? Or Brit, right? Like it's a slang term, so you can't trademark that. But there's no Canuck Creator in like content creation. So that's what I did yesterday, was just go around and make sure I was in the clear to use this name, and it's not like some, you know, Scandinavian YouTuber already uses it for some reason. So yeah. It'll be harder to tell the channel name for non-English people. That's why I'm gradually changing it over, because here's the thing, like eventually there is gonna be a language thing. Like even anything, like there's gonna be a language thing for anyone, like anything outside of a native language. Even right now, Nero 3D, if you don't know anything about me, wow, he's named after the Roman emperor who burned down Rome, and he was an asshole. Yeah, that's a great thing to be named after. You know, it's not named after the Roman emperor. It's named after Nero burning Rome, of all things. I was just, you know, 10, and I thought that name sounded cool. And I just stuck with it ever since, because I'm very creative when it comes to naming things. So yeah, it was long overdue. I should have done this a while ago. But yeah. So, French stream when un moment, mon français n'est pas très bien, je peux parler juste un petit peu de français, mais je ne sais quoi. Une stream en français, très bien, bon, c'est bon, c'est bon. Okay, so what are we doing today is the question. And the answer is fixing stuff, because the Physec Trident broke again. C'est bon. C'est bon. So the Physec Trident broke again, which really sucked. because I was in the middle of printing the biggest part, the single biggest print for the T45 Power Armor. It was a 1.5 day print, and it failed a day and like 6 hours in because a wire broke. So add that to the list of things that have gone bad on the Physik Trident. But if you're wondering what I was printing, it was these two parts. These are the two biggest parts of the suit of armor for the T45. So here is the chest piece. This was printed in 6 parts. So this is 6 parts, it's all acetone welded together. So this is the front chest piece of T45 Power Armor. Hopefully the helmet hides my beard. But there's, if you want to see how big my chest is, I'm good to go on, I'm good to Twitch stream now. I've got a big chest, so we can go on Twitch now. So we're good there. And then I've also got the back piece, which this just kind of sits on my back. So that is the back piece. So this is like 13 parts, unfortunately, because I had to like make this work on multiple different printers. So we got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parts. Yeah, 7 parts. Anything multicolor was printed on the bamboo. Anything solid color and black was printed on the V2. The chest blocks the mic. Well, I know that. It just demonstrates. Well, I'm not gonna take the mic off and put the chest off, but it's. So I'm up to 35 pounds of printed parts easily. I've got 2 full boxes here of printed parts, plus everything for the helmet is in its own box. Need blacks? No, they stopped that. You're not allowed to do that anymore on Twitch. That rule got kiboshed. So unfortunately, those streamers they need a new job. Need a cup holder. Well, see, what you do is I have a camelback, so I'm going to put a camelback in the chest and run a straw up, so I can drink while I'm doing that. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to move a bunch of stuff so I can get at a printer, so that we can fix it. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to fix. Are you ABS? Oh no, you're PLA, and you're empty. Print was fuzzy skin for some chest hair. The Canuck creator. I'm actually really happy. A bunch of people have said good things about the new name so far, and I'm really happy with that. So far, the branding seems to be going over. Obviously, it's not going to be a night and day change. It's not like I'm dropping everything right now. It's just for now, for the next little bit, it's Nero 3D, the Canuck creator. And then eventually the Nero 3D part will drop off and it'll just be Canuck creator. Not the Canuck creator, because a lot of websites you can't have more than 15 characters in a name. So I can't use the Canuck creator. Although I'll refer to it as the Canuck creator, it's Canuck creator is the branding. So you're PLA, you can go in here. You are PCABS, so you're not going in there. You are PETG, you're not going in there. You are PCABS, you're PLA, you're going in here. You know what, screw it, you're all going in here because I'm not going to dig out another one. What are we drinking for the Camelback? I have done a rum and coke in a Camelback before. Don't ever do that, bad idea. Especially when it's a hot day in a park. On the bright side, you get to smuggle in a rum and coke to a park. On the downside, it was a hot day and it gets messy. Do the big suits require cooling when wearing around an event? It depends. The Mando suit I was okay in for about an hour. Then it got hot. Yeah. Hardware Canucks. There's a few. That's the only thing I was a little concerned about was the branding. There is already a bunch of I make the joke every 3D, like the new thing with 3D printing YouTube channels is to have layers in the name, because how many 3D printing channels have layers in the name? It's also like how many 3D printing channels have 3D printing in it. 3D printing nerd, the 3D printer guy, like 3D print professor, like a lot of it is a thing. So there's already a bunch of like YouTubers that already have Canadian in it, like Canadian makers, hardware Canucks, like it already is a thing. So I'm like, there's no getting around it. Anything I pick, there's already going to be something kind of similar. But Canuck Creator, I think kind of sounds good. It's got a very like it's gonna sound weird, like a superhero name. Peter Parker, Clark Kent. Like there's a certain way that you name a superhero character that it kind of flows, and Canuck Creator I think flows like that. So I think it sounds good. So that's one of the reasons I went with that, because originally it was gonna be Creator Canuck. And then I'm like, no, it doesn't. No, Canuck Creator sounds better instead of Creator Canuck. So. Yeah, like it's Canuck Creator. Canuckinator. So I think we're okay there. We'll see how it goes. The only thing is, like, I'll be honest, the numbers have been trending down the last couple months on the channel. They've been stable, but they've been, you know, kind of flat. So I can't do any more harm than, you know, just doing nothing but streaming for a bit. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. So let me do that. Oh, there's a bunch of stupid spammers. There we go. Okay. It's not 100% unique name. Hardware Canucks is a different niche, though. Yeah, that's the thing. Their Hardware Canucks is a computer. They do computer stuff. So that it's like, I think it's different enough. How those spool holders work. Do I have a big? Well, actually, here you go. You ready? Let's do this. I'm gonna sacrifice a little bit of filament here to make this work. Yeah. There we go. So Apollo hooked me up with these big boys. I mean, I could have printed them myself, but he was sending me something. And he's like, "Here, take these." I'm like, "Okay." So just put that there, that there. So he sent me these. These are supposed to be for the Polymaker spools, but I figure if it works on this IC3D spool, ooh, that works. Oh yeah, that works. That'll work. Because honestly, so far I've been using these like filament holder ones, the ones that come with certain printers. The problem is they're very narrow, so balancing these big spools on it kind of suck. That works. Now I got to move all these because I got to make room to get the Trident on the desk. So what's going on with the Trident, you may ask? Well, I broke a wire. I need to start switching printers over to CAN bus, or not CAN bus, USB. So Jason, are the Nighthawks available yet? let me just send off a little bit of a DM to Jason. Hey Jason. The Nighthawk boards ready to ship yet? Oh, oh my God, I hit the wrong button. I just sent a DM to a random person. Okay, well, some random person's gonna be asking about Nighthawks. Okay. Oops, oh well, no biggie. For the Milo CNC kit, Thomas, my sweet summer child. You don't think we've already been talking about that? So yeah, I got to start switching over to CAN bus. I'm starting to lose PTFE wires on printers. Now, granted, these printers have like 1,000+ hours on them. I actually don't know about the Trident, but everything on this Trident has been sus since day one, so I kind of don't trust it to even begin with. Sanity, what did you miss? Not much. We've just been yapping. It's been a yapping stream so far. But right now I'm about to dig the Trident out so we can fix it. So I'm hoping I only broke one wire, so I can get it up and running. So we'll see. So hopefully you're unplugged. You should be unplugged. Are you support? Your support material. There is so much support on my ground. I gotta sweep the floor. I have this. This is my floor right now. This is my floor right now. Little bits of brim, the stupid little line from the bamboo that they do at the back right, which is super annoying to remove, considering when you hit that bed with a spatula, the whole bed flexes. So I don't know why they do the purge line at the back. You already do a purge line at the front. Why do you do 2 purge lines? I know I could change it, but that's how the machine ships. So let's get you out of here. So I hope I only have 1 broken wire. If I have more than 1 broken wire, this is gonna suck. Did I unplug you? I did unplug you, good. Boop, boop, boop. You go there. Also, on the docket for this year, a bigger workbench. Because building these bigger printers on this desk, I need a bigger top. So yeah, I gotta sort that out. So that's gonna be another thing I gotta sort out this year, is workspace. So the plan is the desk back here, this desk, because this is with like the little shitty CNC on it. This is either gonna move right up under there, and I'll put another desk here, or I might even just get rid of this and get like a big bench that goes right across the back here, because I need room for the VZBot. I need room for a Milo mill. I need room for a redacted. I need room for another redacted. Yeah. You're gonna be seeing stuff under blankets in a little bit, I think. For Phoenix is a ways off. Phoenix is a ways off, which is gonna sound weird for me to say, but luckily Phoenix is a ways off. Okay, so I'm hoping I can fix this really easily because it's 1 broken wire as far as I can tell. So I have 1 broken wire right here. It's the extruder motor, and the other end is here. So I'm hoping I can cut it, splice it in, cut it, splice it in at the Molex, and it's just 1 wire, and I've got a spare wire right here. So I should be able to fix this pretty quickly, I'm hoping. I'm hoping I can fix it. I want to fix this like really quickly. I just want to get it up and running again. So let me get these doors off so you guys can see what's going on. Actually, where is my oh, it's downstairs. So that's kind of the plan. You have no space for Phoenix. I mean, technically I do have space for Phoenix. I have, I'll show you. So here's you guys. Hi chat, there's the camera. I've got all this space on here, but as you can see, it's filled with parts for the T45 Power Armor. So I actually have a decent, I've got like 5 or 6 feet on the other side that you won't be in camera view. So I could put a printer like there. I could put a couple printers there. So I've got room to put stuff. Just not a lot of room. Can I move a Phoenix through the doorway? No, it would live out here. Like I have a printer showing up hopefully Monday that is gonna live out here, because there's no way I'm getting that inside. So, some ceiling storage bins. Well, I've already got the shelf, and the whole bottom of the shelf is open for storage, and the top of the shelf is mostly open for storage. Because I've gotten rid of a few of the printers on the shelf that I actually wasn't using. And then we gotta get Tallboy up and running again too. Tallboy might fit on the shelf. Will Tallboy fit on the shelf? Because if Tallboy fits on the shelf, I'm gonna replace the rat rig is gonna go downstairs. Because honestly, the rat rig, I like it. I just don't use it that often because it's only 200. So Tallboy is 26.5 inches tall. My shelf, oh, Tallboy will fit on here easily. Oh yeah, Tallboy will easily fit on this shelf. Yeah, Tallboy's gonna replace the rat rig. Because the funny thing is, Tallboy is almost as big as the rat rig, but it's got like double the volume. Because the rat rig is so space inefficient at its size, it's gonna go downstairs. But yeah, so anyways, let's fix this real quick, okay? So I'm gonna have to, we'll start with this wire. So I'm hoping it's only this one wire that's broken. I think it is, because when I pull on all the other wires, they don't move. And if I like pull on all these wires, they don't move. So what I'm gonna do is my little trick. I'm gonna solder up a replacement wire, and then I'm gonna slather everything in grease. I'm gonna go get some grease, some nice super grease, and we're gonna slather all the wires with grease. This was a trick that I did back in the good old V 2.2 days with the silicone wire, and I never had the silicone wires fail on me. So if it worked on the silicone wires, it should work on the PTFE wires. Anyone know how Polymaker ASA black and red looks like? Maybe not glossy. Oh, here, if you want to know what the black ASA is, this is what the ASA, the black ASA, this is the 5 kilogram spool of black ASA. As for the red, I don't know if I have anything printed in red. Oh, okay, this red, this little band of red is Polymaker ABS red, I think. Would super lube work? That's what I'm gonna use. Actually, I'm gonna use white lithium because I have it right here, but super lube would probably work the best because it is PTFE based. And you know what? I'm gonna run downstairs and grab it after I do this. So we'll do that. I'm just taking the top panel off to make it easier to work on this. And then what else? There was something else I wanted to talk about today, but I can't remember what. Tomorrow we're doing the slab, VCBot next week, Positron at some point, whenever that gets updated. We might end up doing we might end up working on the helmet as well on stream. We'll see. Or I might do the helmet off stream and record it because I'm trying to actually make videos on the more videos. That's kind of one of the big things for the channel is more videos. Also, I'm horrible with thumbnails. I hate doing thumbnails, and now they're rolling it out where I gotta have like 2 because it does A/B testing. So I gotta get good at thumbnails. I hate thumbnails. I despise making thumbnails. I hate the whole game with thumbnails on YouTube. I just hate it. Like, I know it's clickbait. That's the whole point of the thumbnail, is to get you to click on it. That's why they're all clickbaity. And anyone who complains about them clickbaiting and go, I won't watch your channel because you do clickbaiting thumbnails, you're an idiot. That's like saying don't advertise. It's just the nature of the beast. If you want to have a successful YouTube channel nowadays, you got to have clickbaity thumbnails. I hate it. They hate it too. Everyone hates it, but it's the nature of the beast, and you got to do it if you want to make a living on YouTube. So I gotta sort that out. I gotta do that. Okay. So anytime you say, oh my God, XYZ company or YouTube channel, they make shitty thumbnails that are all clickbaity. Everyone knows, but you have to. If you want to be a successful YouTuber, you have to. Very rarely can you get by with just like generic cheap thumbnails nowadays. So I got to work on that, because that is something I fully acknowledge is kind of lacking on my channel. I make them in 2 seconds in Canva. I use Canva, the free edition. Do I have a nunchuck? I do not have a nunchuck because they're not practical. Can you just use A1 to create the thumbnail? What's A1? Oh, AI? No, okay, YouTube is starting to crack down on AI, and you have to disclose, I don't know if it's yet, but it's gonna be, you're gonna have to disclose anything AI related on your channel. And I got a feeling that'll get filtered pretty quickly. So I'm trying to avoid using AI altogether on my channel. Simple as that. Where can I stick you? Where can I stick you? Where is, that'll work. Are you gonna stick there? No, you're gonna stick there. Yeah, that'll work. There we go. Oh, not too much. That'll work. the joy of these, because they're magnetic, I can stick it to the motor and it'll hold the wire because it's stuck to the motor. Okay, get my soldering iron, get my solder, get some power. Where is my power? Power, where did I move you? Oh, it's over here. Yeah, I had to move everything around yesterday because I put some, I had to go up in the attic space. So instead of like digging out the ladder, I just stood on my workbench and just kind of poked my head up there and shoved the insulation up there as best I could. So needless to say, I had to move everything, and everything's not exactly where I left it, and it's super annoying because like all my angles are out. Like it's like I have to readjust everything. It's super annoying. It's like when somebody else drives your car and then you get in it and like everything's not exactly where you left it. You have to readjust your mirrors again. You got to do all that. That's basically what I had to do, and it was super annoying. Bad luck with the FISEC. Yeah. Oh yeah. The FISEC, everything on this is FISEC, and it's, I've had to replace all the fans. The stock extruder gears were junk. They destroyed themselves, so I had to replace that. So we got a Galileo 2 in there right now, which worked really good until it stopped working. And then, yeah, a few other things on here have gone over the years, so it's kind of annoying to work with. Where's the other end of that? There we go. So solder that up. There we go. Okay, so now you're gonna go right there. You know what? I'm gonna get a step ladder so I can actually do what I'm doing properly. As for like view, here's a camera view, I guess. You go under here, and you go right there. There we go. Up, up, and away. Oh, it would help if I was holding the right end of the wire that actually had bare wire on it. There we go. A little solder on there. There we go. There we go. Some heat shrink. So luckily I could put the heat shrink on this side right now. I don't know which side is bigger. You're smaller. Did I review the Wuxent? No, I spoke with them at one point, and they got really busy, which good for them. So they're like, yeah, we don't have like machines to give out right now because like we're basically selling everything we make. And I'm like, okay, cool. If that changes in the future, and if you want to send me a printer to review, I'm down. And like, cool. And I just never heard back. So I don't know if they just got busy, which. Yeah, I mean, it looks really cool. It seems like a well-built bed slinger. Nothing wrong with a well-built bed slinger. I like well-built bed slingers as long as they're built well. But yeah, other than, you know, talking to them at a few shows, I haven't, like, you know, I don't really have any interactions with them directly. So the way it broke like in the chain. So I'm cutting at the end so that I don't have to re-crimp this microfit connector. And then I'm going to cut it at the XY joint as well. And I need to get a heat gun out here. There we go. So now I got to run this wire through all this. Hey, how's that? That'll hold. That'll hold. Okay, good. So now I can connect my motor again. Oh, there you are. Okay, so you connect back in there. Okay, and now the fun way of doing this. Got to feed this wire through the drag chain, which you might not be able to see. You might be able to see some of it. Cool. There you go. Now I got to feed this through all of this. So what you do is you just kind of feed it through, and anytime it pokes out, you poke it back in until it comes out where you want it to come out. Okay, the wire's going somewhere. Where are you going? Where are you coming out? Did you make it around the turn? Oh, there you are. There we go. Okay. The Luxon isn't cheap. No, it's a premium machine. Like it's built with high quality parts and it's built in the US. So you got that Yankee Doodle tax, which kind of sucks for, you know, but it is what it is. Okay, where are you going? Okay, the wire's going in. Oh, it's coming out of the bottom. I don't want that to come out of the bottom. Don't want you coming out the bottom. You stay in. Stay in. Okay, maybe I gotta go through the top there. This is some primo content, by the way. It's me snaking a wire through a drag chain and hoping it comes out the other side. Oh, it does. Yay, there we go. Okay, you come out there. Don't kink, don't kink, don't kink. We don't kink shame here. There we go. Sweet. Am I dragging you across the bed? No, you're good. You're good. Okay. So now I got to close this all up, make it look pretty. And we should be good to go. So I probably should remove these because these are extra wires. Like I have 3 extra wires stuffed in here for, like, I was originally going to have RGB on the tool head, and then I kind of like said, screw it, I'm not going to bother with it. But I still ran the wires for it. So I got to deal with that. You go down here. Okay, so you go there. Where is this guy? Go. And yeah, this cracked already. Kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Okay, now I got to move all those wires so they don't rub on the drag chain, because that would be bad. Yeah, all these wires rub on the drag chain. Why are you rubbing on the drag chain? Go up top there. All the other wires stick up there, but you, why are you drooping down? Oh, this is annoying. This is super annoying to fix. There's like a little ledge that I'm trying to get all the wires to sit on back here, and they just 3 fit, but not 4. Actually, can I, let me see, can I pop you out? No, that won't work. There we go. You stay there. No, stay up there. I mean, could I zip tie those? I might be able to zip tie those. Let me put a little zip tie on it. Sorry. Wire management is always fun. Is it a dual filament print on the door? What do you mean on what door? Like this door? Oh, yeah, this is all dual filament. Well, I printed it. I printed it on the bamboo, and I forgot I had rollover enabled, and I thought I had enough black loaded, and I did not. So what ended up happening was it just rolled over to the next color, which luckily was an orange. So it kind of matches. It's not the exact orange, but it's close enough. There we go. That'll work. Is the Voron team working on anything new? Yeah. Oh, we're always working on something new. Is it going to be released? Like, am I going to tell you what it is on stream right now? Surprise! No. But at some point, yeah, there will be new stuff from Voron. Just maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but one day. Okay, good. Ooh. I had a little mini panic attack there because I had to cut both wires and it like drooped and I'm like, did I just cut the wrong wire? But we're good. We're good. So what I'm going to do right now is put the other shrink wrap on before I forget. And a Tridex of this build. I'm tempted to convert this to a Tridex at some point, but I like having the 350 build volume. The 350 build volume is really nice, and I would lose like 100 mil if I went to a Tridex. So I'm just gonna hold out and hope one day I get my hands on a Phoenix kit, and that will be my Tridex. 20 months from Ein. Cheers, appreciate it. So cool. Wow, yeah, I don't like these wires. These silicone wires that came with this kit from Physek are just, I don't like them. They don't feel good. It's hard. I don't know how to say it. They just don't feel good to work on with. Okay, so now, I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Oh shoot, I'm caught under the power cable. Hopefully that'll work. Yeah, that kind of works. There we go. So yeah, it's a little long, but that's okay. There we go. Make that work. Okay, important question. What are we going to call it when the government replaces the $5 bill with a coin? It's going to be the Foonie. So we got the Toonie. Got the Toonie, the Looney, and then when it's a $5, it'll be a Foonie. Let's clean this up. This is looking a little ratty. Okay, hopefully I don't burn myself. We're good? We're good. What am I doing for dinner? Hot. What am I doing for dinner? Do I want to make a pizza? Do I want to make a pizza tonight? I don't know what I'm doing. What are you guys doing for dinner? What should I do for dinner? Lose less space if you use a dragon burner head on Tridex compared. I think no. Actually, maybe. You might save a little space. Just ordered a pizza. We've got some frozen pizzas. One of the like pizza places, there's a few pizza places in town that actually sell their pizzas frozen. So it's frozen pizza, but it's like good frozen pizza and not shit frozen pizza. As long as you cook it in a hot oven with a pizza stone, it actually comes out pretty much like it would from the, there we go, that works. It comes out pretty much like it would from the store. So that's actually kind of nice. So I just buy those. They're like $9 for a medium pizza, and it's pretty dang good. It's like those stone fire pizzas or those fast fired pizzas or whatever they're called. It's more important than eating. That is true. That is true. I mean, I only stream 3 days a week, right? So that's more important than, you know, 3 meals a day. And next week, the Twitch streams should resume regularly. Obviously, there wasn't a Twitch stream this week because the little guy is not in school. So I couldn't, you know, wife was working. It was just being the little guy during the day, so I couldn't stream. But hopefully, those will resume. The Twitch streams will resume later this next week. So. Okay, so you go over here, you go over there, you get unplugged, you come over here, you come over here, let me fix you. Okay, yeah, come on. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so now I should be able to fire this up, and it should just fire up. Hopefully. So let's do that. Make sure it works. Make sure we're good, and then I'll put it back on the shelf. And then I got to figure out what we're doing for the rest of the stream. Oh, I forgot to unplug you. Okay, well, it's turning on. I got to unload the filament anyway, so we got to heat it up. Smoke test, yeah. Well, we'll find out in a minute. Printers. Big Papa Joey P. There we go. Fire up with that. Actually, I need to get a fire extinguisher. I'm just realizing I got 2 fire extinguishers in the room downstairs, and I haven't moved. Do I have one out here? No, I don't. I mean, to be fair, I got my garden hose right there. So worst comes to worst, I have a garden hose. Hey, we're online. Okay, home all. Okay, we're good there. Okay, so it homed. The Z tilt, make sure that works. Should probably not be holding the printer while it does that. So that's working. Water and electric. Well, yeah, unplug it first. Okay, while it does that, I'm gonna be back in a second. I'm gonna go get the super grease, so I'll be back in 1 second. I'm back. Oh, no, you go. Okay. That's a brush. Which one of these is the brush I'm going to use? This will be the brush I'm going to use. So let me clean it off. Yes, I'm cleaning it with acetone. Do as I say, not as I do. Thank you for all your content. Just want to ask, Micron has any disadvantage over our V2.4 200, excluding the travel? If you were building, you're going to save in cost. Let's be honest. It'll probably be better to build a here's the thing. A Micron 180 is a fun build. At 180, I think the salad fork makes a bit more sense personally. But if you absolutely need a printer of that size, a Micron probably be a better build because it's going to be a more, you'll have more print volume to printer size at a 180 Micron than a is it 2.4? No, you can build a 2.4 down to 150, I think. The key is the back. So if you load up the CAD for as long as this and this, like you can go as small as this part touching this part on a V2, technically. Now, granted, you're not going to have much print volume, but you could scale down a V2 until this part right here touches this part, and it'll still function. It will still function. You're not going to have the biggest print volume, but you can essentially get down that small on a V2. Now, is it worth it at that point? But people have built small V2s. I've seen 150. I've seen 200. Please teach us how to make the thingy to glue ABS parts together. Does regular drugstore acetone work? I bought this at Crappy Tire. It's just acetone. It's professional grade, but this cost me $3 at Crappy Tire, Canadian. So, no. Now, apparently Gloop is better because it's a little bit thicker. So this is really thin. So you pretty much need to have perfectly flat mating surfaces for it to work. Gloop is a little bit more of a filler, but I haven't played with this yet. So we're gonna, after we get this up and running, I'm just gonna put it back on the shelf and we're gonna try the Gloop. I wanna see how the Gloop works. So what do I gotta do? I gotta grease this up. Where did I put that brush? This brush. Okay. So this is a Band-Aid fix. What I'm doing right here is an absolute Band-Aid fix. But what I'm doing is to hopefully delay more wires breaking in this thing, because these are the really sus wires that came with the came with this Physec kit. I'm gonna slather PTF grease in the drag chains. It hopefully will extend the life because it won't rub as much. So I'm literally just gonna slather some grease in here. If I have grease, do I even have super lube? Is this empty? Oh, no, we got some. Okay, let me get a little brush there or something to put this on. There we go, an LDO sticker, because I've got a bunch of them. There we go, that'll work. Janky. This was the standard back in the in the silicone days. Back when we spec silicone wire, this was the norm. You would slather your wires in grease and hope for the best. And it actually worked. So what you do is you just kind of move it to max movement. Actually, let me disable the motors. You move it to max XY travel so that the cables are the most bent, and you just shove a bunch of grease in the holes. Or preferably you would take the wires out, like before you shove them in the drag chain. But I'm not doing that. So I'm just slathering the whole drag chain in the moving area with grease. Is it messy? Yes. Is it overkill? Yes. Will it potentially, hopefully, buy me some extra time before all my wires break again? I'm hoping. Because I really don't want to rebuild this whole printer again. Would be the second time. So we're doing the Band-Aid fix. Also, you're going to want to heat the chamber up. You're going to want to run like a nice long ABS print after this, so the super lube melts and it gets all in the wires, and it's going to make a mess. It is going to make a mess. It is what it is. And if you have to do any maintenance on your printer in the future, it's going to be super annoying because you're going to have grease everywhere. But, you know, a printer that's working, that's a little messy, is better than a printer that's not working. So that's what we're going to roll with. C'est bon? C'est bon? I am going to wipe away any excess though. So move you all the way there. Grab the paper towel. There we go. Good enough. Okay, so now home it all. And then we're going to do a G1X. What is this? 350? So that's what? 125? 125. Y125 Z 100. Cool, cool. Oh, that's not the center. What's half of 350? 175. 175. Either way. Okay, so now heat that up because it was the extruder that failed. So now I got to heat it up and tell it to extrude, and hopefully it extrudes. If it doesn't extrude, we're gonna have a problem because it was erroring out last time. So, hey Dennis. The ANET. Oh, by the way, speaking of ANET AA, you guys are gonna have fun. I'm not fully announcing it, but let's just say good things are in the horizon in terms of you guys are going to be getting some primo printer builds in the next little bit. Only the best. Only the best. Only the best. Only the best. It was actually supposed to ship today. But let me find here. You ready? Who wants a tease? If we hit 300 likes, I'm gonna tease what printer shipped. Right now we're not at 300 likes, so get me to 300 likes, and I'll show you what printer just shipped. Hopefully today. I haven't actually checked the shipping to see if it did ship today, but hopefully it did. Okay, extrude. Ah, it is extruding plastic, so we're good. We fixed it. What is this? Oh yeah, this is an XG. I keep forgetting this has an XG hot end. So that works. Okay, so we're good there. So we're good there. There we go. Hopefully that works. So we are back online. So let me turn this off. 0. We're good. We're back online. This machine should be good to go. Make sure I got nothing built up around there. That's a nice clean nozzle. That's good. That's good. Good. Oh, well, we're on 300 likes, so that's happening. And I cannot wait. An unbuilt, unassembled ANET A8 kit. We's gonna have some fun. We's gonna have some fun. Okay, turn that off. Now I gotta put all the panels back on. I gotta get this off the bed. What? I ran a printer kit on the way. I don't have room for that. I barely have room for the printers I got. Nothing is more annoying than trying to get something that's one layer off your bed. There we go. Actually, I should probably clean this. This plate needs to be cleaned, like soapy water cleaned and resurfaced, because it's got a bunch of gunk on it. But for now, it'll do. Okay, so now put the panels back on. Get rid of this filament, and we get this button back up and back on the shelf. Heck yeah! I forgot everything sticks to this now. Ugh. Go. Oh, it's gonna be fully. We are building, by the way, that ANET A8, we are building fully stock, fully original, and we're gonna be doing some community mods to it. And then, under super scientific conditions, we're gonna see what happens if things don't go perfectly. Now, I don't know what can happen with an ANET A8 in certain situations when things aren't perfect. But we'll find out. We'll find out. Think of it like the antithesis of the Polymaker build, where we built an old printer and we were super elated with its performance, because it turns out it actually prints pretty good. And we're gonna do the opposite. We are going to we're gonna test it to the limit and see what happens. It will be fun. And I will find my fireman. I do have a fireman hat. Well, actually, my kid has a fireman hat, so I will acquiesce Calvin's fireman hat during the build, if I remember. There we go. That locks that down. And lastly, You go in here. I really got to put the V2.2 door or panels on here. Actually, what I got to do is put the locks on it, because this printer has established the fact that it is failure prone. There we go. By the way, did you guys see the, I got the, probably talk about it. I actually meant to talk about it at the beginning of the stream, but I completely forgot. The actual stats from the New Year's Eve giveaway. So for one, that was the most viewed stream I've ever done while live. Those kind of streams don't do good numbers after you're live, because honestly, it's a giveaway stream. Who's gonna watch it? Not a lot of people, some do. But most people don't watch a giveaway stream after the stream's over because they have no chance of winning. But that stream had the most live viewers I've ever had on a live stream, the most watch time I've ever had on a live stream, most donations I've ever had on a live stream. That broke pretty much every metric that I use to judge my streams. It beat it all. So that was fun. Everyone who won, I have emailed all the companies, have the info. So if you won, all the companies have been contacted and told to go ahead and contact the winners. So a few of you already have been contacted. Others may not have been yet. I think pretty much everyone has replied to me that they did. So if you won, you should have been contacted hopefully by now. If you did not win and you don't hear anything, I'm gonna say by next Monday, then reach out to me. Remember how I said don't reach out to me for like 2 weeks? I had 4 people contact me the day after the stream asking why they haven't been contacted yet because they won. Fun fact, none of them actually won. So if you don't want your DM going unread, wait till Monday. If you won and you haven't heard anything yet, by this Monday coming up, then reach out to me and I'll go digging. Because like all these companies that, you know, were doing the prizes, they also had holidays. So, you know, I have to take the list, I have to send it to the company, and then they have to not be on holiday and then send out the prizes and whatnot. So yeah, but yeah, one day, literally the next morning, I woke up to 4 DMs from people going, I won, where do I get my prize? But anyways, oh, hey, while I'm back here, let me clean up this bamboo poop. One of the, I looked forward, oh God, I peeked under my shelf. I peeked under the shelf and there is a lot of bamboo poop under the shelf. You can hear it, it's crunchy. It's stuck in my boot now, or my shoe. There we go. Any thoughts on 9mm versus 6mm? Depends on the size of your gantry. You can't do 9, well, okay, technically you can do 9mm with them on now. But for the Voron gantry, the stock gantry, 6mm is what it's designed for. It allows, the big thing is, the reason we use 6mm belts, these are 20mm extrusions. See how the belt doesn't stick above or below the extrusion? You can't do that with 9mm belts. They don't fit, there's not enough gap. So you have to like change a bunch of stuff. So that's one of the reasons this gantry uses 6mm belts. It's designed around 6mm belts. If you want to go to the bigger belts, you have to do an aftermarket mod, or you got to go to a printer that's designed with that from scratch. For example, the VisiBot VCore 3, or the RatRig VCore 3. Does the VisiBot use 6? Yeah, the VisiBot uses 6. Or Phoenix, which isn't out yet, so. Okay, so now I gotta put you back on the shelf. Adam Savage's bamboo dumpster. I did. The thing is, I don't do a lot of multicolor prints. So the only time it does like two poops a print. It does a poop at the beginning of a print and a poop at the end. And then anytime it does a rollover, it does a poop. So it doesn't poop a ton, but unfortunately in like the however long it's taken me to print all the Mando or the T-45 armor, it's pooped enough that it's all behind the machine. Okay, oh. No, okay, maybe that should stick in there. Fun fact, fans work better when they're actually attached to stuff. There we go. Is that good? That's good. Okay. So now I gotta put this back on the shelf. Hopefully don't drop the printer. If I drop the printer, clip it. Better get freaking content out of it. There you go. Right up against that wall. Plug it in. There we go. Power cable goes in there. You go in there. Put the rollers down because I'm going to use the big rollers to put this IC3D big fat spool back on it. Don't drop that. That is glass. Thanks for the giveaway. I was contacted about the Revovor on hotend. Awesome. Okay, so in that case, E3D was the last group I sent the email out to because they were on vacation till the new year. So they didn't get the list of winners until Monday. Or actually, no, like Friday, I think. I can't remember when I sent it, but they were the last ones to get it. So if you're being contacted, hopefully everyone should have been contacted by now. I'm really hoping nobody got screwed. Like, again, you had to put in your right email. So if you put in a wrong email, an invalid email, don't come crying to me. Okay, so load that in there. I need something really big to print on this now to make sure it works. What am I gonna print? What am I gonna print? I will say though, loading the Galileo 2 isn't as, it's a little bit more fiddly. Get in there. What in? Come on, get in your hole. Don't tell me I dropped filament in there. There we go. Get in your hole. There we go. Okay. That's that. Get the heater out. Okay, what am I gonna print? I need something big to print on this. Print a banana for scale. Let's see what's on printables. Las gun. Oh no, what is Fallout laser? Okay, so that's kind of big, but what I can do, we're going to try something here. Download that. Fire up Orca Slicer. Prepare. We're going to put the Trident back on. Trident 350, 400. Cool. Delete that. Delete those. Okay. You are ABS. Okay. I don't think this is scaled correctly. Let me take a look. I think, who had a Geek Tech? The Rip, ooh. Oh, the Ripper. Let's see the Ripper. Let's do the Ripper. Yeah. Okay, so let's see if I can do this. Let's see if we can do this. So first, I want to print this whole thing on here in one go. So we're gonna put you at there. Oh, it's offset. It's offset. Ugh. Dang it, that's gonna make it even harder. Because I was hoping, let's see. split it right down the middle. Okay. Form cut. Oh, no. Keep both. Form cut. Okay. And this we are going to split right down the middle. No, no. There we go. Form cut. And then we have this one. And perform, or no, split it. There we go. Form cut. Lie it down. Lie it down. Lie it down. Okay, so this is gonna, it's not gonna be perfect, but we should be able to get most of this in here. So there's the back, and then this would be the front. Can I fit it all in here? Let's see, how many could we fit? Come on, come on, come on. Am I on the right screen? Okay, good, at least I have, oh, there we go. Look at that, I could fit the whole thing on one bed. Perfect, okay, so let's move you in a bit more. Let's move you up a bit more because I don't want it that close to the edge. There we go. So obviously this isn't going to be perfect. Other, enable support, tree, default, organic. Okay. A bunch of tiny floaty thingies. Yeah, I'm hoping the support takes care of it. I know this part's floating, but I should be able to weld it back on pretty easily. This should be okay, I'm hoping. We'll see. Other, auto, okay. Slice plate, let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. While it's doing that, let me heat the bed up. Get that nice and warm. There we go. Oh, we gotta repair. We gotta repair some edges. 1 second here. Too close. Where is it contacting? Nothing's contacting. Nothing's contacting. We're good. We're good. We're good. Slice plate. Let's see. The tool head will travel out of the print area. It should be okay. It should be, as long as this is the full print volume. That machine has a full 350. So as we should be okay. We should be okay. This machine does have a full 350 on the X and Y. This is Orca. This is actually an older version. I'm on 1.7. I think I'm on 0.17, and I think they're up to 19. But yeah, this is Orca Slicer. Support gonna hit? Well, we'll see. We'll see how it generates the support. If it's an issue, I can move it around. But we need to see how it's gonna generate first before. I know 1.9 is out. I haven't updated yet. Okay. Ooh, okay. What is it? Oh, it's the G. Okay. That brim is big. Why are those brims so big? Auto. Okay. Outer brim only. 0. You know what? No brim. No brim. No brim. And then what I'm going to do is Control A. Let's move this box so we are right centered. There we go. Okay. It shouldn't need a brim. This is a pretty big flat object, so it should be pretty okay without a brim. Let me make sure this bed is seasoned. I really don't want this popping off. Let me actually make sure this bed is actually centered. No, get over there. There you go. I'd rather it stick a little too much than not stick at all. No, that didn't even, I gotta pump it first. Pump, pump, pump. There we go. There we go. Good old Pantheon glue stick. I still have, oh yeah, plenty left. Plenty left. There we go. Warning, serious conflicts on the G-code path have been found. Where? Jump to Ripper STL. Where are they conflicting? Oh, it's this. It's that. Okay, so move you there. Move you there. Slice plate. See how this goes. And then we're gonna play with some gloop. What time is it anyways? It's 4:08. Yeah, we'll play with some gloop. We'll start putting the helmet together. I've never used gloop before. I've been told gloves and a mask if I don't have good air movement. I have decent air movement out here, so I'm not super concerned. But also, it comes in this, and it's supposed to go right back into this. So. Important product safety information. The bean counters, bureaucrats, and pencil pushers tell our robot overloads they are required to include the following. Before using this product, read carefully and fully understand all hazard warnings presenting on the outer package. This product was originally packaged in. Go do that now. Basically, don't drink this stuff, don't slather it on your body anywhere, and don't huff it. Warning, gloop contains methylene, chloride, and other potentially harmful substances that may be, hint, harmful to you or others. Gloop is harmful or fatal if swallowed. Who would have guessed that? Although it may be gluten-free, it's also gross. Just take our word for it. Contents are easily absorbed through the skin. Do you really want glue to form permanent molecular bonds inside you? No. So wear PPE. Vapor is harmful. Seriously, again, just respect gloop for what it is, a professional adhesive. Don't go smelling the gloop on us. Lastly, and it really goes without saying, keep out of reach of children. Remember, humans are mortal, so please don't be stupid. Warning, this product can expose you to chemicals known in the state of California to cause cancer. This shit is not good for you, but it's really good at what it does. So take the right safety precautions, wear the proper PPE, and be smart. Okay, this is an 18-hour print that is only 259 grams of filament. How? What's my strength? 3? I'm gonna bump this up because I want this to be strong. 5, 5, 40. I've also got a 2.5 kilogram spool of filament loaded on the machine. So I don't really have to worry about running out of filament. I do have to worry about this stuttering because it does this every time I, should I smell the gloop? No, don't smell the gloop. Don't smell the gloop. The PETG, yeah, that's the thing. You're chemically dissolving the molecular bonds within the plastic so that it will re-adhere to a separate piece. You're doing that chemically. That shit ain't good, but it's really good. So, okay, there we go. Look at all that support. This will be fun. Getting oh my God, all that support out is gonna be an absolute nightmare. Do I just send it? I mean, most of this isn't visible. You know what? I'm just gonna send it. I'm just gonna send it. I'm just gonna send it. Screw it. Print. We're just gonna send it. Bed's at 105. Yeah, we're cooked. We're cooked. We're cooking. Upload and print. Send it. I mean, if this works out, you break the supports off, you glue 4 parts together, you got a ripper in 1 day. See how it goes. Gloop time. Let me get some gloves. I got some gloves. I am hungry too. I am starving. For the full send fund. Andrew Rogers, $10. Cheers and appreciate it. It just turned me into a superhero. Ooh. I mean, I got my power armor suit right here. If you have any more questionable wires, you'll find out soon. That's also why I want to run a big print on this. It's not, I don't want to put like do a 1 hour benchy, a sub 1 hour benchy and just send it and be like, oh, hey, the printer's good. No, I want to like put hours on this machine and feed a bunch of filament through it. You know, it's like 372 grams. That's not a lot, but I want to do a full plate like send on this just to make sure that it is good. Because if it's going to break, I'd rather it break now when I'm like, not in a week when it's like, oh shit, I need to print a whole bunch of stuff on here because I think I threw it out. Yeah. No, here it is. Yeah. So this was one of the back pieces. So this had a ton of support because this like came over and it failed. It failed right here because the wire broke and I couldn't resume it because I'd have to disassemble the machine because I had that happen on one. On the LDO V2, it did fail from a jam, or not a jam. It's just the filament slipped on the extruder or something. I don't know what happened because literally to fix it, all I did was just shove the filament back in and it just kept feeding. So I don't know if it was like just a random, it just decided to slip on the filament, but it was printing this part right here and it stopped right here. So what I did was, luckily it failed on the, very first layer of infill here, and I still had this sliced in Orca slicer. So I could just go in Orca slicer, scale it up, find out exactly what layer the first layer of infill is on this part right here, cut it, and then I printed the top part and I just acetone welded it together. So there you go. The only downside is because this is like 13 different parts, by the time I got to the end, there was some like gaps and whatnot. Just because, you know, stacking tolerances is super fun when 3D printed parts are involved, but nothing a little Bondo won't fix. And body filler. $20 hour smoke test. Basically, that's what we're doing. So here's the helmet, which weighs 2 kilograms. So what we'll do is, I guess we'll just start gluing parts together and see what we get. I think that's a good way to do it. I've got some clamps. We'll see how this goes. Like these go together like that. Hello there. So let me actually do this. 1 second. You guys can go there. Let me get the flat surface out. That way, when I glue these together, I got a reference point. And by a reference point, I mean something flat. There we go. It's not granite, it's quartz. You don't use granite. Granite will absorb oils. Quartz does not. So if you're gonna get an offcut to do this with, you know, I call it a granite layout table or a granite countertop. It's actually quartz. You want quartz. Granite will absorb oils. Like raw granite, like granite countertop is actually bad for this. Well, it's printing. So at least the extruder works. Okay. So I'm hoping I can just kind of, that will go like that. Okay, I gotta clean up a few of these parts. Where are you? Oh, there you go. That'll work. It's like sand it. I'm like, okay. Rough it up, I guess. Wait a minute. Why am I doing this by hand like a frickin' Neanderthal? We have power tools. Once I plug them in. Yeah. Why am I working that? There we go. Let me get a fresh pad on that. 120? 120 will work. There we go. There we go. Why work hard when I can have machines do it for me? Do I still have that NBC mask? I do. I've got 3 of them actually, but they're inside. No power tools near the microphone. Just making sure you're awake. Don't want you sleeping. Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun. 10 p.m. in that noise. I don't even know what it sounds like. Here, you guys are hearing it through a microphone. I'm hearing it live. Now, granted, I do have noise canceling headphones in though. So. ABS, ASA over PLA. Oh yeah, definitely. I'm a huge fan. Everything cosplay I've done so far is in PLA, or correction, ABS or ASA. It is so much easier to work with, both in just trimming, like just cleaning it up, post-processing, sanding, acetone welding it, like, and also the fact that I can leave this in my car on a hot day and it's not going to melt on me. That's actually a really nice feature to have. No offense. Okay, so that goes right here like that. Okay, so we'll put this on first because this has an indexing point and I can hold that. So we'll do that half and then this half. So keep out of reach, limitation, first aid. Sand both mating surfaces. The bean cutters just want to inform you that just using more gloop is an option too. Okay, slather the side sauce all over the mating surfaces. Give them the clamps. Hurry up and wait. Enjoy the power of gloop. Okay, so there we go. So it doesn't have a locking lid, but it does have like a gasket on the lid. So I'm trying not to get it on the actual brim. What I'm worried about, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, is how it'll be to sand. Like I'm a little worried that if it like oozes out when I go to post-process it, it'll be more like pretty noticeable. I don't smell anything, by the way. For those wondering about smell, I can't smell anything. But, you know, my sense of smell is kind of screwed already. from a lot of different things. Did I shake it? I did. See, Bamboo aren't at CES, but Creality is. Bamboo is really weird because they're killing it. Don't get me wrong. Bamboo is absolutely killing it when it comes to becoming the brand in 3D printing. They don't show up for any rep fests. They don't participate in, like, they're there, but they're not there. And it actually kind of annoys me that they are so distant from this hobby. Like, you could tell they just, I don't know if it's just they don't care or if they like, they don't, but like they don't show up at rep shows. They don't show up at rep fests. They don't participate in a lot of like community engagement. Like all they do is like, hey, come to Maker World and we'll give you a shit ton of points that completely, you know, trivialize engagement on our site. Like, I don't know. Okay. Is it like acetone where it just, yeah, I guess that's it. You know what? Here, I've got a little clamp here. Where's my little clamp? Put you on there. And I'm going to slather some on the back here just to gloop that up. The hobby market is too small, but that's the thing. Like every other company does it. Prusa shows up, Creality shows up. Hell, ANET has shown up at a Murph. Creality is showing up now. Like you're starting to see, like, it just, I find it so weird how they want to be the leader in the industry and they're working damn well good towards it, but they just don't really, like, it doesn't seem like they care about the community. I mean, half their blog posts are putting out fires from people criticizing them. Like, I'm sure if they showed up at some of these events and participated a bit more and did more community things, it'd be a lot easier because, like, nobody interacts with Bamboo unless it's through a support ticket. Like, I don't know. Video was good to watch. Yeah, I knew that. Yeah. I mean, also, we're all in the same, like, we're all talking to the X1 Plus guys. So, like, yeah, I'm just, you know, Teacher Tech's video is doing better than mine. I had the first X1 Plus video. I'm kidding. I would expect his video to do better than mine. There we go. Okay, so that's that half, I guess. I'm going to leave the clamp on it, just so I can kind of balance this somehow. I don't want it to fall over. There we go. That'll stay. Yeah, they aren't really a rep. Yeah, that's the thing that kind of annoys me about them. They don't really, like, they're part of the community, but they don't take part in the community at all. Like, they do their own thing. Which, you know, good on them. I really don't care that they do their own thing. It's just, you know, be nice if you guys showed up to a Rep Fest at one point. And no offense, but sending Sir Will with a single printer to sit at a booth, somebody else's booth, isn't participating in a Rep Fest. Put your money where your mouth is and be a platinum sponsor for one of these events. Because these events require the community to participate and put on these shows, right? Renting a hall for several thousand people with security and everything else that entails is not cheap, okay? So if you want to be part of this community and build goodwill in the community, be a member of the community. Don't just gamify your STL distribution site so people can shit out shitty models and get their TikTok viewers to download them for free printers. That's not building a good community. That's just making you guys known as the company that shills win at. So put your money where your mouth is. Become a platinum sponsor for a Rep Fest. Okay, participate in the community that you're trying to become the leader of. Okay, this one's kind of annoying because I don't have my reference point. I hope what I'm saying comes across as making sense. Like I hope I don't want to sound like a negative Nancy. You know, I kind of do in this regard. But I'm like, come on, guys. You should be doing more to you know, the community. Like, I mean, Soval had a booth at East Coast Rep Fest. If Soval can do it, are you saying Soval, like, really, I'm putting this out here. Soval is a better community printer. Soval as a company supports the 3D maker community more than Bamboo. What does Bamboo do? They give out free printers to YouTubers and other content creators. Anyone who can gamify making 3D models can get cool free shit through their site. But for like the average person, what does Bamboo do for you? They don't participate in Rep Fests. They don't. Do they do giveaways? I don't know. It just, you guys are obviously killing it. Get a booth at a Rep Fest so people could actually talk with the company too. Instead of, you know, only engaging with your community through help tickets. How much is the ROI? I don't know. That's the thing too. Like, I have no idea what their ROI is. I'm hoping it's good. I'm assuming the X1 is a loss leader. The X1 with all the extra hardware on it and the fact that it actually has to run like an SoC with Clipper, or not Clipper, sorry, it doesn't run Clipper with Linux, is one of the reasons why it costs much more. Wow, that first layer is damn good. Look how good that looks. I need to put lights in this printer. What are we building? Fallout Power Armor? I'm putting the helmet together. I'm trying the gloop here because I haven't played with the gloop yet. And you know, I probably should be getting this on a video. I'm putting some of the helmet together with just gloop, just to see how it is. And seems to be doing pretty okay. I think it hardens a lot quicker than acetone. Yeah, let's, okay, so you, how am I gonna, Bondo? Don't fall over, I don't want you to fall over. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, take this first one. So let's see, how strong is that? Actually, I gotta put a little bit more here on this side. Maybe actually this might take a little bit longer to set up than acetone, I think. Because it says like 15 minutes. So, but that's gonna work pretty good. And then we put the other side of the helmet together, and then we do the backs. So let that set for a bit. X1 has been a loss for sure. Well, if you notice, nothing that they have on the X1 they're carrying over to the other machines. The not lidar, the fancy touchscreen the reason the touchscreen is so good, and because it runs Linux. That's why also the X1 Plus firmware and whatnot only works on the X1, because it's Linux. You have a little bit more you can do with the machine. They wanted to survey people with their lidar, and people are using it, and why not? The lidar compensates for variances in filament. So it basically does an auto flow rate adjustment. The thing is, if you use good quality filament that has consistent diameter, it does a lot less. it's not worth the extra cost, in my opinion. If you're feeding it the shittiest $5 Amazon special filament, yeah, running the LiDAR every print makes sense. I switch, sometimes I run it, sometimes I don't. I can't tell the difference. I literally can't tell the difference. And a bunch of people have done videos. 3D print, oh, shit. I was gonna say 3D Print General did a video, but you can't go watch that, unfortunately. Isn't the LiDAR a laser? Yeah, it's a camera. It uses a laser with a really high contrast camera. So it could see basically, it looks for deviations. So it's not actual LiDAR. The way LiDAR works is basically radar with light. So you send out a pulse of light and you measure it coming back. And that's how you judge the distance. It's radar, but light, okay? This machine doesn't have that. So I don't know, they keep calling it LiDAR. It's not LiDAR. It uses lasers and a camera and light, but it's not measuring the timing. It's just looking at the pattern. So it's not LiDAR. It's a profiler. It looks at the profile of the laser. That's why it uses a wide, straight laser beam, because I can't show you, but I've seen what the camera sees. It's not LiDAR. Somebody was demoing the exact same thing at Murph last year, and they had it on a clipper machine. Exact same thing. It's not LiDAR. Quit trying to make bamboo LiDAR a thing. It's not fetch. It's not fetch. Like here. RAWs, import, Murph 23, Murph 23, videos, where are you? Where are you? That's the pancake bot. Where are you? There we go. There you go. I don't know about you. That don't look like friggin' LiDAR to me. But see how it's a camera? It's a 3DO nozzle cam and a laser. And it's just looking at the variation in the laser. It's not LiDAR. And it annoys me to no end that they keep calling it LiDAR. And I know it annoys one person on their Discord that I call it fake LiDAR all the time. So I'm gonna keep doing that. But yeah, it's a marketing gimmick. Now, it's a marketing gimmick in name only. The feature actually does what it says it does. The thing is, do you really need it? If you run good quality filament, not as much. And is it worth the extra cost at that point? It's like a runout sensor. I barely run, I only have a couple machines with runout sensors. Why? Because I don't need it. But some people need it. It depends on the person and it depends on the cost. Runout sensors are cheap though. You can add one for a bit of wire and a quick 3D printed part and a 10-cent micro switch. So that's gonna be annoying because I can pivot, but I should be able to get that hold together. And that'll work. And then I can clamp it in the front. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. All the gloop. It smells vaguely chemically, but not like horrible. Like, it don't smell great, but I'm not like being put off by the fumes. Now, also, I do have a fan in here. I do have a fan blowing the air like behind me. So there is air movement in here. And then I also have my heater blowing air the other way. So I'm in an area where I do actually have air movement around me. So I'm not super concerned about the vapors. I like, if this was the summer, I'd open the back door right there, but I'm not, because I don't want to freeze, because it's freezing outside. So we're not doing that. But okay, so that goes there, that goes there. Push these two halves together. Line that up. Put a clamp on this to hold that. And then I'm just gonna squish it together with me fingies. Put another clamp on this side. And then hold that together. Ooh. But none of the 551 fans. What are the 551 fans? You have 551 fan? What? Oh, we got 5. How the hell? I have no idea what's like. I'm not going to complain. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining. But like over the past month, the average viewers on the stream, we used to sit 250 to 350, and like over the last like month, like in November, I don't know. It's because y'all are y'all still on vacation? Is that why I'm getting over 500 people stream now? Like, it's absolutely hilarious. I wish YouTube had better discoverability, because if you go on YouTube and look at who the top streamers are right now, I'm one of them, but you can't find me. Like, it's horrible. Like, open new and incognito window, YouTube. Let's do a little looky-loo here. So we're on YouTube incognito mode. How do you even find live? Podcast, where's live? So who's live? Okay, you got Dr. Disrespect. So is this the most viewed live channels? Okay, so you got recent live streams, okay. Upcoming live streams. I mean, it's got 9 people in it. Live right now gaming, live right now sport. Okay, I'm not gaming or sport. Where's other? Where's other? Like, this is why I hate discoverability on YouTube. At least on Twitch, you can go like, hey, you know, other categories, and you can search by categories. YouTube, it's sports and gaming. That's the only categories you get. You watch during work because you work from home. Hey, I'm not going to complain about that. I work from home too. Okay, this one bottom piece here, I gotta put some on in the, whoa. Okay, you know, I'm just gonna take you off. Okay, 1 second here. I thought I charged it, I'm sorry. There we go. Anyways, so was it Kyle Hill or whatever did a video on all these YouTube channels that are literally just AI bots reading script. So how many YouTube channels are literally just reading a Wikipedia page? Like, there are a surprising amount of YouTube channels that literally are just people reading Wikipedia pages or articles about things that happened, you know, 50 years ago, or military history or whatever, which I got nothing against it, but now it's been gamified due to AI, and it's super annoying. Because now they steal stuff, right? They steal content from other creators and just, you know, slap an AI voice and logo on it and call it a day. Whatever happened to 3D printing in general? He basically drew the ire of YouTube. he got flagged for something and then did something while he was flagged and they nuked his channel, essentially. NASA's new 3D printing rotating detonation engine test? No. 3D printed rotating engine test? This is NASA, so this is public footage, so you don't DMC at me. Ooh. Oh, it's like a, what's it called? A whatchamacallit engine. Aerospike, yeah, it's like an aerospike. So if I'm, it actually, it looks like it's one solid, but if I'm not mistaken, it's actually firing in like a ring really rapidly. Like it's circle detonation, so it's like, if I remember correctly. Oh, ads, whatever. The ad block is supposed to stop that. Okay. Is Intexa working for YouTube now? Or NASA now? There we go. That looks solid. Okay, let me slather some of this on the back. Hopefully this stuff is doesn't off gas after it's together. Otherwise, we're gonna have a bad time. There you go. So there is that. Now we got these pieces, which I believe go on the side. Yeah, that's not going to work because there's going to be a bit of a gap there. So I'm going to have to let this dry a little bit and sand that to make it work. There's a bit of a lip. I don't know. This is the downside. This is something I'm finding out. I'm printing parts that are like, you take this part, you slice it, and you print it. The problem is, if you don't print it at the same orientation, so like you print this part vertically and this part like back, what I'm finding, I get all these like micro steps. See how there's like a little step there? These parts should line up perfectly, but they don't because they're like ever so slightly different orientation. I've run into that a lot with this armor. And if you're wondering, my eyes sit right at the bottom of this in position. So like this is how much extra height it's giving me. Also, I probably shouldn't stick my head into that right now because that smells like gloop. And I smelt the gloop that time. So give me a second here. I forgot I had a printer printing. I forgot how quiet these are compared to that, even with the quiet firmware. Like, this is quiet now, but it's still the loudest printer I own. Oh, that first layer is good. Oh, he needs some milk. Okay, so this lines up with that. So that'll go on there. And yeah, so I need to shave off a little bit there. Okay. Here for the bamboo hate. I'm not hating on bamboo. I'm critiquing. There's a difference. There's a difference. You know, some people in their community don't realize that. There's a difference. I want them to succeed. I want them to do better. I want them to do better. But they need to do that on their own. Is it noisy? Of course it's noisy. It's a Black & Decker mouse. Of course it's gonna be noisy. Just trying to get rid of the step so that the part sits flat. Luckily, these parts have pegs in them, so they kind of... There we go. So that'll line up there. Okay, that one's good. What about this guy? What about this guy? What about this guy? Is this guy good? You line up there with that peg. And if I spin it around, and I can actually see what I'm doing. Nope, I gotta take a little bit more off of that. Simon Snow, €10. Cheers and appreciate it. Okay, let's do this. Have you seen the Fallout London trailer? I have not. I haven't actually played a Fallout game since Fallout 4 came out. I'm mostly doing this because, one, I think the armor just looks really cool, and two, for the show. That kind of like, I was like, I want to do another set of like armor this year, because I did the Mando armor last year. Well, the Mando armor was actually 2 years. I finished it last year. So the plan was to do something this year, and I'm like, after I saw the trailer for the Fallout show, I'm like, yep, I know what I'm doing now. There we go. Actually, you can't really. Yeah, that'll work. That works. There we go. That holds that. Put a little on the inside. What about Fallout 76? Oh, I did not touch Fallout 76 at all. Like, you guys know how bad the launch of that game was. Like, apparently it's actually decent now, but I'm not a fan of those type of games. I'm not a fan of games that are just complete open sandbox. I love me a sandbox, don't get me wrong. I played my fair share of Minecraft back in the day. But I think games that are just purely not modern sandboxes, especially with, you know, a loot box system or an in-game cash shop, no. Is it all printed with ABS? It's all printed with ABS. There is some slight warping because I had parts that were so big they actually lifted up the bed. So there is some slight warping to this. It was okayish, but then they patched it and made the monsters way harder. Yeah, well, of course they made it. The whole point of those games is just time sinks. It's a gacha game, right? It's a gacha game. It's just to keep you playing and give you little rewards here and there, but for the most part, it's a gacha game. So that's like Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact and all those other games, like even Overwatch now. The gacha games, I don't like gacha mechanics in games. Let me pay my $60 and play the game. That's why I love Baldur's Gate. You bought it, you get hundreds of hours of content, and you just buy it once, and then you play the game as it should be. Back in my day. Actually, shoot, I gotta do the top part here too, because this sticks into this. Okay. Yep, that goes like that. Okay. And then this clips onto there. You go like that. Nope, that ain't gonna work. I'm gonna have to manually do this one. But how will they ever get rich? That's the part that annoys me. Like, I'm one of those people. Being rich doesn't really do anything for me. I just want enough money to do what I want to do and live comfortably, right? I'd rather have an easier life living comfortably than work my ass off to be super rich, but, you know, have to actually like work my ass off, right? I'm one of those people. I'd rather, you know, just live comfortably, you know, live within my means, and I'm good to go. So I'm okay with, you know, the game made some money. We could have made more money, but, you know, the game's more fun because we didn't put in a stupid loot box metric or an in-game cash shop like Baldur's Gate, for example. You know, I'm okay with, you know, the game doesn't have to be the most profitable to be the best game. It could just be a fun game. Nothing wrong with just being a fun game. Okay, so at this part, we're gonna have to wait a minute because I have to like let this part and this part cure perfectly so that I can kind of force this top part to line up. Because I think these are separate parts here in the back. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to like force this to line up first, so. I'm gonna have to wait for these to dry, and then I'm gonna have to clamp it all together. And then kind of finagle these to line up, and I'll have to clamp them. But for now, that should hold. So let me slather the inside of this with some more gloop. There we go. This stuff actually works really good. Don't put it back on. Nope. Well, that's the problem with shareholders. That's the problem. Honestly, companies being like shareholders, nothing wrong with shareholders. You know, it is what it is. It's business. But the fact that we have to continuously make more money. It's like, no, we made X money last year. We made the same amount. I'm like, let's be honest. Most of us make the same amount every year. You might get a little percentage raise, but like, it's not like, no, we need to double our profits every year. Imagine if your profit doubled every year. That's not viable. You can't just continuously make more money forever. It doesn't work that way. Yeah, companies are expected to make continuous growth. Meanwhile, you know, minimum wage hasn't gone up in forever. What we should do is seize the means of production. Nothing could go wrong with that. Infinite growth is a fallacy. It is. My raise was 3% last year and was one of the few ones I got one. That Apollo, when I worked at the shop, my the last 3 raises I had at the tool shop were 25 cents, 50 cents, and 25 cents. And I'm like, cool. You guys are, why are you taking away? I went to HR. I'm like, hey, you guys are taking away money from me. And they're like, what do you mean? It's like, well, my raise is less than inflation right now. So I'm making less money this year than I did last year. Are you guys gonna fix that? And they're like, no. I'm like, yeah, but you guys had a record profit last year. Well, it's not in the budget. Ah. Your expenses double, yeah. I mean, it's not Comito, it's a Canuck creator. Minimum wage was $16.50. Yeah. Machinists are getting paid. Yeah. And the thing is, so many people got out of the trade because of shitty companies taking advantage of people working crazy hours to make a living, that a lot of people got out of the trade and now they're hurting for good employees. When I got out, like, so many good people were getting out of the trade and all they were left with was like rejects from other shops and like new apprentices. And it's like, why is our productivity down? Well, what do you know? You didn't pay the people that knew what they were doing good money, so they left. So now you're stuck with like the rejects. Yeah, but our bottom line. That is gonna be fun to make that work. So how am I'm gonna have to like clamp it and squeeze it together at the same time. So if this is gonna be fun. Also, I've got blue tape on these so the glue doesn't stick, and it actually works pretty good. So I gotta put this on. So one click. I gotta hold. Oh god, that's gonna be annoying. Okay, so if I squeeze those together and clamp it. Squeeze together, clamp. There we go. Okay. Nope, can't do it yet. That move, shit. That move? They both move. Dang it! I'm gonna have to acetone weld these. I'm gonna have to slather on a bunch of acetone, I think, to get this to line up. What time are we at anyways? Oh shoot, we're gonna be doing the draw soon. If you haven't entered for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, I completely forgot to mention that at the beginning of the stream, but every stream we give away a spool of Polymaker filament. So enter for your chance to win, link in the video description. Do this now, because you got like 5 minutes. I'm using acetone on the outside because it's a little bit thinner, so it'll like run into the cracks. So I find acetone's a little bit better on the outside of these than on the inside. So I'm gonna have to let this like set up for a bit, unfortunately. Is goop mixed with acetone? Probably, but I'm not going to play that game because I don't know what this will react with or how it'll react. So I'm just kind of gonna let that set, and we'll leave it at that. Get out the spot putty. Oh yeah, we're gonna be using a lot of this in the future. That print is coming along beautifully. That is a full bed of parts too. Holy shit. Just play Baldur's Gate. That's what we do on the Twitch stream. By the way, the gaming channel, which I think we hit 200 subs, yay. If that, or whatever, it's a gaming channel. That's staying Nero 3D. I'm not rebranding that. That's just gonna be Nero 3D Games, because the online name that I use will still be Nero 3D. So on like Discords and whatnot, you know, going forward, the channel is Nero 3D, the Canuck Creator, and eventually we're just gonna be the Canuck Creator. Like on Discord and whatnot, it'll still be Nero 3D. I did rebrand the Twitter though. The Twitter is at Canuck Creator now. And I eventually will switch everything else over. But yeah, my real name's Steve. No, but this is a Camping with Steve shirt under all this. Did you make it? Guy, you made it just in time to enter for your chance. So I'm going to be doing a draw in like 2 minutes. Is there like limited edition Nero loot? I don't know, but I might get some stuff out. I don't think if I have anything that's Nero 3D branded in the store will probably get pulled at some point. So, what's the logo gonna look like? I don't know. I would need to actually have a logo to tell you what it's gonna look like. And that's something I don't have yet, because I am not artistic at all. So. Nighthawks are delayed. I know Nighthawks are delayed. What is going on there? There you go. Okay. Nice 3DP, $2 just because. Cheers, appreciate it. Is Only Benchies is still gonna stick around. Only Benchies is sticking around. that is still sticking around. Only Benchies is sticking around. Nero 3D is still sticking around, but think of it more this way. Instead of Nero 3D being the top, it's now Canuck Creator. So Canuck Creator is now the umbrella that everything falls under. Okay, simple as that. So it's Nero 3D, the Canuck Creator. And actually, let me, before we finish it here, because this stream is going to go a little bit long, I'll do the draw at 5:05. So we'll do a little poll. Do you like the new name? Oop, I hit the wrong button. I hit the wrong button. There we go. Okay. Start poll. There we go. Just to see what you guys' opinions are. Okay. It dries about as fast as acetone. It does dry up about as fast as acetone. Okay, so let me do the other side now. That down. Okay, good. Put my gloves back on. Is the initial CC. What's wrong with CC? What is a Canuck? Canadian. If you don't know what Canuck is, it's the same as saying a Yank or a Brit. It's CC in Brazil. How do you have two random letters? Well, here's the thing. I'm sure in a bunch of different languages, everything means, like, Nero means something Nero means black in Spanish. I am not black 3D. So like I really like that. If it doesn't work in certain languages, it's kind of like, it is what it is. Like Canuck is short for Canadian, is like a slang term for a Canadian, is a Canuck, right? I mean, there's a hockey team called the Vancouver Canucks. So it's like a slang term for Canadians, essentially. Actually, let's do all the outside joints right now while I get this out. I like the acetone for the outside a bit more. It flows into the nooks and crannies a little bit better, I find. The gloop is a little thick, I find, which is good for actually attaching. But on the outside here, where I'm just kind of like putting an extra little bit just to ensure it sticks, I think an acetone slurry works a little bit better. Thought it was Roman. That's the thing. It's Nero from the burning software, not from the Roman emperor. Inside, because I really don't want this to come apart once I move it all. So I think we're okay there. Okay. That is that. Okay. So let that go. We're going to do the giveaway right now. So if you haven't entered for your chance to win some filament from Polymaker, you will have another chance tomorrow, because we do a stream on Saturday night, 6 p.m. And we have 666 entrants. Now, if you liked, or correction, if you entered for your chance to win, and there's 666 of you, and you didn't like that smash button, I'm not saying that if you like the smash button, it increases your odds of winning. Just like I'm saying if you're not subscribed, if you are subscribed to the channel, it increases your odds. I'm not saying that, but are you really going to risk it now? Like, are you willing to take that risk right now? I just realized I haven't had anything to eat today. I had a donut at like 10 a.m. That's all I've had to eat today. No wonder why I'm so hungry right now. Nero, nice 3DP, $2. Nero is Greek for water. Huh. Nero is an Italian name for boys in Latin, carrying a hearty definition of vigorous, strong, and black. Yeah. It was originally a Roman Congoman, given impeccable strength. Yeah, it is what it is. It's at 404. We'll make it higher. Okay, so apparently like 36% of you don't like the new name. Okay. Is what it is. Nobody's gonna like it. Everyone who's been vocal about the name has liked it, so I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Okay, I need a number between, I don't know, between 4 and 6. There you go. Change is scary. We fear change. I need a number between 4 and 6. Give me a number between 4 and 6. Because I don't want to count too high. 5. That works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's going to be right here. It's going to be right there. It's going to be that line. It's going to be the line. It's going to be this year. This is the year. This is the year. It's going to make it around one more time. And it's going to totally stop on this line. And it did not. Shit. It's a warble. This is a warble. Congratulations. This is a warble. You have won yourself a spool of filament from Polymaker. And let me just pull up your information here. That is correct. So you will get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament from Polymaker. So congratulations, Zwirble. So we are going to call it there. I'm going to go make some din din because I am hungry. And I will post some pictures of this once it's glued up. And whenever that finishes, I'll also post some pictures of it. Hopefully it finishes good. We'll find out. To Canuck Creator 3D. I don't want 3D because I already got Nero 3D. So it's Nero 3D, the Canuck Creator. I don't want 3D because I don't want to just be a 3D printing guy. The whole point is switching to a name, a channel, a branding. I'm not changing the name. I'm changing the branding. The branding allows you to do more because nothing is weirder. And this is what really got me was at Smurf. When I'm at Smurf and I'm talking to all these people that don't know me at all, it's like, oh, you run a YouTube channel. Oh, it's Nero 3D. What does that mean? It doesn't tell you anything. Like, and for most people, I have to explain like the Roman Emperor, and it's like, no, not the Roman Emperor, because he's a bit of a dick. So like, it's just like it's easier to just go, oh, it's you know, I'm Canadian. It's the Canuck Creator. Oh, okay, cool. It sounds better, I think. The Canuck Creator. It sounds better. So, Nero Burning Rom. See, the nerds know Nero Burning Rom, but like the normies are like, oh, like the Roman Emperor? It's like, no, not like the Roman Emperor. That guy was cuckoo. Okay. So, at this point, I'm gonna go make some din din. Slap one more right where that was. Don't want this falling apart on me. I probably should print up a bunch of cubes to test this. But yeah, so there you go. There is the current T45 Power Armor helmet. It is partially glued together now. But we're gonna call it there. I'm gonna go get some din din because I'd be a hungry boy. I hope you enjoyed the stream today. Tomorrow night, we are building a Nerf gun again. So we have the parts for the slab, which is a lever action Nerf gun. The previous two I've built both to over 200 FPS. One's a pump, one's a bolt action. This will be a lever action. So that's what we're doing tomorrow night. So same bat time, same bat channel, at a different time on a different date. So it's gonna be 8 p.m. on a Saturday. So it's not the same bat time, but it is the same bat channel. Although it's not the new channel because we're at a new channel now because it's renamed. So I'm gonna call it here. I'm gonna go make some din din for the fam. Hope you enjoyed the stream today. Shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament we gave away this stream and every stream. Link for them and more in the video description. Shout out to 3D Gloop and Andrew for sending me some bottles of Gloop to use for this project. Unfortunately, I was hoping it would come in earlier so I could use it on some of the bigger parts, but I've been saving the helmet because this is the trickiest part to glue up and is the most noticeable if you screw it up because it's the helmet. So shout out to, I don't have a link for 3D Gloop or an affiliate thing, but if you need to adhere your plastic stuff together, go check them out. Shout out for them sending me those gloops. And then for those that donate to the channel, gifted memberships to others, or became members of the channel yourself, I thank you. I would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create without your continued support. You make it all possible, so I thank you. So we're gonna call it there. Again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, smash that like button, subscribe, ring the bell. If you want to help support the channel, content I create, things I do, consider check out the Patreon, consider becoming a channel member, or gifting memberships to others. What brand of tweezers do I use? I don't know. I buy them. They come in a pack with a bunch of different shapes and sizes on Amazon. ESD 15. I don't know. That's just one of them. But buy like 2 or 3 packs of these because you lose them and they go everywhere and they get destroyed pretty quick. So they're cheap though. But anyways, goodbye. Enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you tomorrow for some crazy Nerf dart building shenanigans. So enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe out there. Wash your hands and goodbye. Am I gonna stick with the wash your hands thing, or I might phase out the wash your hands thing? I don't know. We'll see.